Hello there! And in today's video, we will be reviewing LEGO set number 76190, Iron Man Ironmonger Mayhem. The first minifigure in the set is the Iron Man Mark III armor, I believe. I think this is the Mark III. And it's got some very nice leg, torso, and waist printing. Some nice printing on the back, as well as he has the newer Superman hair in black, and then that nice face print, which definitely looks like Robert Downey Jr. And then on the other side of the face, we have the HUD thing, I think is what it's called, for when he's in his armor. And of course, he also comes with this really nice helmet that's just looks so nice, and it's got the little bolts or whatever on there, and you can still open it up like that. Yeah, this newer helmet style is, or this original helmet style, I meant to say, is much better than the newer one. So yeah, this is a pretty good figure. Next figure is Pepper Potts, and I'm not going to spend much time here. Plain black legs, nice torso print that might have been briefly exclusive, but was then put in the newest Hall of Armor set. Nice hairpiece, but I believe this one is pretty common. I think it was in quite a few Jurassic World sets. And then the face is from Hermione from Harry Potter. Not a bad figure, it's just quite generic. I'd say it's relatively accurate, just very generic. The third figure in the set, and also the final one, is Obadiah Stain. Yes, that's his name. I really like this guy. I should say I really like this minifigure. This guy is the villain in Iron Man 1. Do I really need to give a spoiler alert? I mean, come on. This is the guy that says, Tony Stark built this suit in a cave with a bunch of scraps. So yeah, this guy is pretty cool. He's got a nice, very accurate face print, and relatively, well, not relatively, extremely common dark blue legs, but then a nice and I think still exclusive torso print of a dark blue suit, and you can see there's a little gold chain under there, and there's some very light printing on the back. You don't really need much printing on the back of a torso like that, but yeah, pretty good figure. Before we get on to the main build, I want to show the set comes with this little box that has a bunch of gunmetal gray studs in it and some translucent orange 1x1 tiles in there. And then you also get some Power Blast pieces for Iron Man. There's this one, and then you have this, and there's an extra one of these things. Then you also got this one, and okay, he fell over. And then there's this one too, and for this one you would actually have to remove one of these to get him to be able to hold it. But now, let's look at the main attraction of the set, the Ironmonger. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way. This is a very, very good looking mech. This is a very nice mech. I like the colors. It's got a lot of gunmetal gray or dark silver or whatever you want to call that color. And then it's mostly dark gray and black on top of that with a decent amount of light gray parts. There's a bunch of stickers on it. Also, the arc reactor in here is a glow-in-the-dark piece, which is pretty cool. And that is a sticker, so that's nice. The arms articulate relatively well. They're kind of blocked a little bit by these, but I don't really mind that because I think it looks cool. And then on this one arm we have one of the Gatling gun stud shooters, and then there's also a blaster thingy in the hand. Oh yeah, there's also a nice it rotates at the waist, which I always like to see on mechs. And then On the other arm, there's one of these newer, like, shooter things, which I think were first seen in, I want to say, one of the sets from the Batman. What it does is it holds, I think, let's see here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it holds 3 of these little translucent orange 1x1s that can be shot out of there. And I think they shoot relatively far. I just haven't really, I just shot them into my hand so they wouldn't enter the 4th dimension, as a lot of Lego projectiles like to do. But yeah, there's just so much detailing and stickers on the legs and arms and just everything. Like, it also articulates pretty well. There's no knee joint. It rotates at the foot a little bit. The toes of the mech move a little. Some nice leg articulation. The fingers move, so that's cool. You can have it move the hands like this. It's a very well articulated mech, and you can also open it up here, and there's a little printed 1x2, and then if we just get Obadiah over here. No offense to anybody named Obadiah that might be watching this, but I don't know, it's just a fun name to say. But yeah, so then you can just close that up and have him in there. And while this is a very, very nice mech, it's kind of not really in scale, because, so here's a minifigure, and if you actually watch the movie, the actual mech itself compared to Iron Man should only be about as tall as one of the legs, and should be around the same size as a big figure, or big fig. I really love how the mech looks, and I don't really mind the size inaccuracy. But if they want to make this a smaller set or keep it the same size and add some sort of like small build for the thing that Pepper like electrocutes him with, I think that's what happens. I haven't seen the first Iron Man movie in a long time. You could have had something like the Rhino mech from that one Spider-Man set with Sandman from a couple years ago, where it was like probably about up to here, which is, yeah, still a bit big, but, well, actually, no. Even something like the Igor from the first Hall of Armor set, that would work really well as well. I like the set as is. I really like how the mech looks. I'm just saying, if they ever remake it in like 6 years' time for the 20th anniversary of the first Iron Man movie, they could just do that and have a more to scale one. But I have seen some modifications that make it closer scale to the movie. Yeah, overall, I really like the build. And I'm going to stop rambling on now so we can look at the box and manual. So, something neat. Despite being, I think, a $40 set, this is practically just, I think, a little about the same size as a $20 box. I actually have one right up here. Let me see if they're the same size. Okay, no, I was wrong. This one's actually a bit bigger. Never mind. So yeah, this is a little bit taller than a $20 box flipped on its side. I'm going to stop rotating it around now like I'm playing Tetris. But you can see the figures on there. Pepper Potts is just running away from it on the box art, despite her actually playing a pretty big part in beating him in the movie. That's kind of funny. We got the Avengers logo here. There's Thanos. All this information. The actual size. I'm actually going to do that since... Yep, checks out. Just trying to see if I could see Wolverine on the box at all. No, don't see him. All right, wait. Okay, I don't think he's on there. But yeah, but it shows the minifigures on here. Shows the arc reactor glowing. Shows the Gatling gun stud shooter. And then this back here. This looks really cool. And you can tell that the minifig is definitely not in there on the box art. Like the actual minifigure of Obadiah Stain on this front of the box. And I think also, or sorry, on the back of the box. And I think also on the front of the box too, that you can see in the picture that's on the boxes, the minifig is not actually in the mech. I think that's kind of funny. Oh, and also Lego Thanos here. That looks pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, I've always liked how the side of these newer Marvel boxes look. I don't know how that got there. But yeah, I just think these look really cool. Now, let's look at the manual. We have one of these square manuals where you can see there's a QR code there, Thanos. Relatively thick manual for this size of set. Of course, that makes sense since it's a very detailed mech. Flip it over. There's the Wind Pirate, Arg. We got all the pieces. Oh, here we go. And then it shows the mechs back here. I don't know. I think this is one of the better waves of mechs. I know we're getting more next year, also with a Morbius set, which is hilarious. The Captain America one looks neat. I like that big shield dish thingy. And also it's a nice, cheap way to get a nice Captain America minifig. Of course, that set with the motorcycle, which came out in the same wave as this set that we're reviewing right now, is also a good way to get Captain America for cheap in a $10 set. Plus another minifig. This Thor mech is odd, to say the least. The red things on the arms just look strange. I know they're, no pun intended, I know they're trying to make it look like the mech has a cape. It just looks weird. I do like that they have the Thor helmet in regular silver, though. That looks nice. And then, if I don't get the Bugle, I'm probably going to get this. Just because I think that's the same Miles minifig that comes in the Bugle. And if I get the Bugle, I wouldn't really need to own this. Maybe I'll just buy one and not open it. And if I get the Bugle, I'll take it back to the store. And then, right here, we have the $20 Black Panther set. I forget what it's called. It's like the Dragon Flyer or something like that. I don't remember. I have a feeling that one's probably going to go up in price a decent amount after it retires, just because of the new Black Panther movie coming out, which looks awesome, by the way. This set, the Avengers Compound, I think. I really love this set. I still gotta get that at some point. Thanos and his big double-sided butter knife and his normal minifig head that's just big. That's cool. And then I love that they included the Ant Van. Then we have the Benatar, which is awesome. And I really wanted to get it and still do, very much like the set. But I do plan to get the Advent calendar as well, so we'll see about that. And then it just shows the set back here. Now, to rate the set, after thinking it over, I'd like to give this set a 7 out of 10. While being widely inaccurate to the movie in terms of size, because if we had like if Lego minifigures were about yay big, then this would be kind of perfect size. Of course, then I don't know how you'd fit one in here, but whatever. Despite being wildly inaccurate, I really think this is a very good set. It's a very nice mech, putting all inaccuracies aside. It looks very good. The minifig selection is 2/3 very good. Again, nothing wrong with this figure. It's just not very unique and now comes in another set and is not exclusive now. But the other two figures, Iron Man and Obadiah Stain, are very good. And also, I think getting this for $40, That's not bad for a $40 mech. If this was a Star Wars set, getting almost 500 pieces, that'd probably be like a $50 to $60 set. But now, a word from our robots.
I do not look like Harry Potter, unlike some others. Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
Well, that's it for today's video. Bye, guys.